Welcome back. It's another brand new day, and I just want to spend a moment talking about HABs while I roll out the new Mars settlements. The main complication with HABs comes from the way techs unlock module upgrades, and sometimes entirely new modules. Those new options mean that the power demand and supply changes pretty frequently. Early on, with Tier 1 and 2 bases, the material costs and the build times are pretty trivial, so rearranging things is not a big problem. But my point is that trying to perfectly optimize a HAB's power arrangements is pretty futile because the new options are often just around the corner. So some of the choices I make here may seem a bit strange. I'm kind of just planning for a pipeline of future upgrades, but it's a bit messy, and the messiness is made worse when HABs use inconsistent designs. The more you can stick with the HAB template system, the more you can hold on to your sanity. So that's that taken care of. Poland is about to finish its mission control. Alright, that looks good. Ooh, we still have a long way to go here. All of the AIs are doing really a lot better these days on money. Quite a few of them used to run bankrupt. Anyway, I think we're ready to get going, so let's just jump into it. Now, with research, before I do go further, not super convinced we need to be going this hard in terrestrial military science or arrival law, but we do really want to just smash through these social projects, given all the other social priorities. So I'll try for that, and we'll watch how they go with the other techs.
Target in a secure location.
We got a critical success. That's fantastic.
Tracking failed.
But you failed that with an 89%. Yeah, well, swings and roundabouts. And you're investigating your own counselor. That's funny. Right, you may, because they're definitely ripe for being converted. By the looks of it, 6 loyalty. Oh, we lost. That's unfortunate. Does that mean, were you fired? You were not fired. You just had your loyalty improved. Ah, that is rough.
The people will come to our side.
Okay, that's pretty huge, actually. Wow, critical success is, I was looking at the 8% going, that's huge. It was a nearly doubling of our opinion, but the reason was it was a critical success.
Wrapping up here.
Which is reasonable. We've got a 1 in 10 chance of that, pretty much. Okay, so you reckon arrival law. Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
The people will come to our side.
Yep, 2%.
Score 1 for the good guys.
Completely erased the alien lifeforms in Vladivostok. All of the low Earth orbit skunkworks just came online, which has bumped us up to 100%. The 77th Army Group completed their mission successfully. I'll give them till the end of the turn to heal up. We do have the new research slot, so I can chuck in like improved maintenance procedures there. That is a very good mix. I think I am happy with that for the moment. Construction module. Okay, that is super important. That is super important. Let me prioritize that even above. Point of getting this is so that you can build them at Mars, and if your bases get bombed, you can reconstruct them without needing to launch a HAB from Earth. And we have a lot of Mars bases, so like if they bombed, 4 of them, for example, we'd still probably be okay. As we get close to the limit of the aggression meter, it's very important to have the ability to replace your mines if and when they get destroyed, at Mars in particular. The plan B is having some asteroid mining bases. But yeah, we do need to get construction module unlocked. In fact, it's probably a higher priority than even that. Yeah, it's only 1,000 as well. So let's actually do full sprint. What's that, 28th of January? Yeah, let's do that.
Your orders?
All right, what do we get? So we can't turn anybody, unfortunately. So we're going to do another persuasion mission in Italy.
I will tell our story.
And
I'm here.
same with Matthew. Public campaign, I should say, not persuasion mission.
I will tell our story.
Standing by.
Well, it is a persuasion mission. So we have that one detention that will last for an extra turn. We can re-detain, or we can detain one of the other people as well. Or I can look at doing a crackdown. 52%. So we can just brute force our way in at this point. Is that the smart play? You are over target cap by 5.6. I can push harder if I detain one of your other good counselors. Like especially the one with all the ADM. If I do that, although if you go to ground, that will be a shocker. That will be a huge backfire. Tricky. Oh, we got new orgs. Let's have a look at orgs just quickly. So we've got a lot of science orgs in there, but no way to equip them or anything. Although you've got spare org capacity. It's materials and info that I'm most sensitive on. Oh, you're also ready for a level up. And it could be an admin. Okay, definitely do want admin on you. So now you can take 3 points. Can anybody else level? Yeah, Cash can. Anything? Not really. Matthew's fine. Okay, so it's just the investigator and the spy. Get espionage to 10. So, you're at cap. I don't want to rejig anything on you. So actually just Bilkis. And Bilkis can take 3 extra stars worth. Let's take those off. Yeah, it's an energy and an info. Those orgs are slightly better, so we'll hang on to those. And with Bilkis, yeah, we are going to do the detain on their superhero counselor with like an 8.
We'll bring them in.
Ready.
And Cash is going to give one more investigation to that detained counselor and hopefully get this done so we can fire them. A little bit of extra juice on those ones.
Tracking target.
Ready.
And Fangwin is just working on clearing out more of this infestation. Let's see the xenoform overlay. Okay, we've trimmed it down. That's pretty good. Let's try and get rid of that bit. Ooh. Let's try... Oh, we were going to do Poland, but I haven't broken into Italy yet. Yeah, there's really 2 ways to play this turn. One would be to crack down into Italy. The other would be to detain the extra councillors. I'll do the detention plan. I think that's slightly better. That seems decent.
Taking it to them.
Oh, right. And is the mission control... Mission control in Poland is done, so you can spend a turn doing some funding. Yeah. Here we go.
Person of interest surveilled.
Okay, we got that one. So we should be able to turn that councillor.
Target secured.
Got that one as well. That was a 93% success chance.
Cleaning things up.
Where did they move to is a good question. Ukraine, trying to do a purge. So that will really be starting to put some pressure on them.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
2%. Yeah, it's a slog. But that's as much as we're going to get. And are they doing Unity? They are doing Unity. Yeah. All right, well, that's sort of just barely treading water. So we'll have to do a crackdown to get in. They have dismissed their lead person. That's actually a win for us in my book. Okay, construction module's done. Fantastic. What is next? Not settlement mining complex, probably the heavy fission reactor array.
Target destroyed.
40%. Oh, whoops. I forgot. Let's go to Mars and build those construction modules. Where will I build them? I'll build them... Actually, I do want to build it there. 20 power. I'll actually be short power if I do that. Okay, so I want to upgrade one of these. Right, so we're energy neutral. That's going to come online and power that. When that comes online, I can redo my power at last. I tell you what we can do is do it at the bases where I've built them like this. Why does the layout matter? It really doesn't, but boy howdy is it convenient when everything's laid out the same, because you can make better use of the templates. Not using the templates at the start is kind of a trap that just the problem compounds. So trying to get the bases to be consistent, it has a use. All right, that's good. We've got a few of them at least. I do want to do one on our shipyard. So here we put the skunkworks there. And that's the xenology lab. And I'll probably swap out something else for another xenology lab.
You're jerking my chain, right? There's no way in hell that I'm spending millions on sending a rocket into space if we just let half of it sink to the bottom of the ocean.
I think that's one of the difficult things about navigating the tech tree. I mean, I've played the game so I know what's coming up, and it's still difficult. Like if I didn't know, directed space research has a huge impact on the game, I wouldn't know to beeline for it. Even if I do, there's this intermediate tech I have to get to it. And I look at that and I go, there's nothing really there I want. And unless you know the names of the next tech in the queue, like it doesn't jump out at you. So it takes a lot of time. Like I've played the game a lot and still find there's parts where I'm like, I don't think I need that. And it's like a crucial tech along the line. Now, there is a thing where you can say set research target. And what that will do is we'll just automatically select global techs for you that pursue that agenda. That's good and bad, as any automation is. It's the bad thing is it could queue up multiple projects of the same discipline, and you wouldn't want that. The idea of beelining techs is a bit of a myth. You kind of do need all the techs. There isn't like specific branches you can go down. It's very intermixed. There are optional parts of the tech tree, but you do need to research all of the global techs by the end of the game. And what do I mean by that? You can't access the future techs until all of the basic techs are completed. Not that the future techs are very important, but yeah. The idea of rushing one branch like you do in like Civ 5 or something it's a lot. I don't know. I'm dubious on it anyway. But let's get advanced atomic manipulation. Don't need to rant on about that anymore. What are we waiting for? Are we at the end of a turn? Yeah, okay, cool.
At your service.
Can we level up anybody? No. Still. Oh, why is there first of the month? I can't remember if that org has been generated since last time. I'm fairly sure. Those 3 orgs came in. Turn counselor. 95.
We'll bring them to our side.
Standing by.
Another persuasion mission, if you please, Mr. Matthew.
I will try to sway the public.
What's the op?
And then we go crackdown, and we're down to 35 now.
Targeting their center of power.
At your service.
And cash needs to get in there. Do I take the public campaign one? Bonus to public campaign, it just increases the likelihood of success. It doesn't increase the strength of it. So the answer is no. I want to get into Italy's executive and start the timer for the cooldown. They're more than halfway on MC. We go for a fair bit of purge strength here as well. Reason being it's just a larger nation to get into. Even with a crackdown, I want to make sure we have a high chance.
Terminating the opposition.
Your orders?
Fangman is going to do the set national policy to integrate Poland. To free up cap. We have 7 cap. And we will need 14. So we actually could not rush that. But it needs to get done at some point.
Time to make our move.
And our cohesion in the EU is at 5, so we will do that. This will be a pretty big leg up. Getting Italy will immediately give us their 7 MC, plus another 5 MC being produced. We'll just have a check-in on Earth orbit. It looks like there's nothing too much to worry about yet. We've got that guy. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
They won't listen to reason.
We failed a 96% roll. Unfortunate. We want to do strategic lobbying because we've got 4,000 influence that I could dump into funding.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
He succeeded. Oh no, wait. No, he failed as well. I was going to say he succeeded, it just made no progress, but no.
Crackdown complete.
All right, so at least we got that. So that was 87%. So now let's just check in on cash to see how high. 97. Okay, so looks likely we will get Italy, so I can proceed with the unification.
Now as then, territorial disputes boil down to one group of people gazing upon a new land and calculating who would need to die so they could own it. Thousands of years of purported civilization have done so little to curtail our most basic reptilian impulses.
Grab railguns.
Policy direction complete.
Poland. Let's see, 413, 384. And that took a fair bit of a hit, 0.4 cohesion on that. So that'll keep ticking up. Let me just smash out these quick influence projects as well. That's 200 influence I can get for 250. The only thing I wanted to check was, if I do a full search for direct investment, there's another project which, it's not the money I'm worried about. It's not the money. We just got that one, so it must be regulatory capture. What do I need for regulatory capture? Arrival law. We're about to get that. Okay. So I shouldn't dump all my influence in right now because there's a second tech that will make the influence cost of buying funding cheaper, and we're about to get it. Glad I checked. I couldn't. I know there were two techs, but I couldn't remember how late game it was. Turns out it's early game. So, all right, that was it. That's a good save. Also, it gives us 10 MC cap, so that'll be a super high priority, and it's only 1,000, nice and cheap. Let's get Italy. Come on, lucky numbers. Aliens terrorize civilians. That's not so great. But it does reveal Alpha 6. Admin node. What's important here? Settlement mining complex is probably more important, but we're working on improved maintenance there. We're also working on energy. Could work on ferrosites. Let's get the admin node. How much boost does Italy actually have? 2.5, and Germany has 2. So each one of those can support another 2 admin modules just on their own. Thank you to the AI for building those. That's great.
We're in control here.
Okay, we are in Italy. And we're just going to focus MC, not Unity for the moment. That would pull more support towards the servants. We need at least a second point before we do that.
If some ancient race of brilliant, gentle snake men suddenly crawled from the desert, they would have no rights, no protections. Any idiot with a rifle could turn a miracle into a pair of boots.
New orgs. Persuasion org that has no good stats really, and then nothing else new. So no orgs.
Ready for orders.
I'm going to have another try at Gilde. I think they will go to ground, but I'll do that for 90%.
They'll be working for us soon.
Ready for my mission.
Matthew is just going to continue to tread water here.
Making our case.
Standing by for orders.
And we go for another control point. We can soak this second one, that's for sure. 14 will be at our cap. 81% chance.
Going after their people.
Standing by.
I won't need as much on the purge because we get a +3 bonus from holding the legislature.
Targeting the opposition.
And we have a
Where do you need
alien activity to investigate.
Heading there now.
We still don't have anything under construction in the ships, and I think I'm about to start doing some ship stuff. Here's our guy doing the transfer. He's slowly getting away from Earth orbit with his putt-putt engines. And he's on a big long arc to get out away from Earth's gravity. I can't zoom out with another level without it disappearing, I think. Tilting the camera around helps you get a sense of that in 3D, so it's pretty cool looking at the trajectories. That can be obsoleted. Don't show obsolete. And if I put the Vasimir on, you have infinity KPS compared to what we need. So I'm thinking about missions to the moon and back, potentially. Cislunar is what I'm looking for. 23 would be fine. Let's have a look at an example transfer from Gateway to low lunar orbit. You don't have enough, your engines aren't strong enough to escape. Okay. That's how useful the Vasimir engine is. If I fully crank it, it can barely break orbit. Takes 3 weeks to get to the moon. That's the nice thing about it. You need very few fuel tanks. But by comparison, this would need 6 KPS, and then it takes 2 weeks. 4 days. 3 days. And it could be even faster. How big is the power plant here? 20 tons. And there's a fair bit of radiator mass. It's still proportionally low, but something like that. Now it doesn't have the delta V to get back, so I can't use that for transfers. We need to get the tier 2 drives, and I feel like we're not going to get them. I feel like we missed it, basically. I feel like it would have happened by now if we were going to get a chance at it. So we probably should research the fission spinner drive. So let's chuck that in the preferred list. But I will build a couple more ships, and we will at least upgrade to the Artemis design. I think I actually will just build that, even if it does a one-way trip to the moon. Okay, ship construction. So we've got 4 ships, and these guys can get to places pretty quickly, right? So if I needed you to get to like here, a couple of hours. Yeah, I mean, they're a deterrent. Hopefully they don't need to, basically. Much like nuclear weapons, a deterrent. Yeah, alright, I think we're ready to proceed. Kerwin Crater Ceres. Look, Ceres they've already built their base here, so, you know, I will build. And Ceres I mark with the water icon. I feel like they'll bombard, but who knows? We might last long enough to survive.
Mission cancelled.
Yeah, okay, they went to ground.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Okay, that's a big move. 5%.
We've neutralized their key people.
We got that with an 87. You think you're going for railguns, do you? Project reviews 12% chance to unlock. That's funny because the dev said that was a mistake at one point. So that project allows you to re-roll missed projects, and it's repeatable. But I tend not to do it because if you're playing properly, if you're playing well, you'll have a research lead, which means you are the main contributor researchers, which means you generally get the unlock techs. So worrying about things like that, worrying about innovative on councillors, if you're getting innovative and prioritizing that, what you're saying is, I plan to lose global techs and then use this to my advantage, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. Planning to lose strategies in all types of games, board games, computer games, all sorts. Common mental trap is the best way to describe that. Yeah. Are they moving around at all? Yeah, a little bit.
Here's what we found.
Let me rejigger this. Admin nodes done. Sea-launched cruise missiles. 5% to build Navy. If you see this and think this is a good tech, you fundamentally misunderstand the game. This is the most troll project in the entire game. I can't even tell you how much of a troll this is. Like, there's no strategy there's no world in this game where that is good tech. If it cost 1 research, I wouldn't get it. +2 to unrest, also a junk tech, but it does give us freedom fighters potentially and 20 ops income. So it's not important for a non-military strat. But so hypersonic sea launch cruise missiles, this 5%, it's 5,000 research. I knew that was 5,000. I just wanted to show you how ridiculously outrageous that tech is. So why is it bad? I mean, I'm not even going to go into it. You shouldn't use armies as much as possible. You shouldn't rely on armies. They shouldn't be part of your strategy. Your councillors are superior in capabilities to what armies can do. Then the idea that you're going to equip your armies with navies so that they can move around from one continent to the other. And really, there's just 2 continents in the game. There's this one and there's this one. Nothing else matters. Islands don't matter, right? Even Australia doesn't matter. Maybe some Southeast Asia matters a little bit, but you can actually get bridges to cross to Indonesia. So Indonesia becomes part of the mainland effectively. I think there's even a project for Japan. So it's one continent, and you'll take over one of the 2 continents in your playthrough, at least, pretty much. Anyway, that tech is a troll. It's a big, big troll. Do not this tech. Okay, national labs I want. Rather than getting the national labs, we'll switch over to ferrosites, put 1 pip in that, and rush maintenance procedures. That feels pretty good. Could build a few admin nodes. They need 1 boost each. So we'll do them on our research places. And last one, I think. Okay, so that's 5. So that'll use half of our boost. Build another dock.
Our enemies are still in control.
You failed at 99% with a critical failure. You rolled a perfect 100. That's
Prepping for next mission.
pretty disappointing, I must say, but you can try it again next turn. It's going to happen sooner or later. I've done at least 100 rolls, right? So by now, I should have had a critical failure or a perfect failure. Let's do that. And I don't want you to miss, so let's really do that.
We're taking power.
Ready for my mission.
Investigate.
We'll recon the
I'll
site.
just follow you around.
Reporting in.
You lost your thing, so let's do another persuasion on cash. I don't think
I'll speak with them.
they're unloyal, but it can't hurt.
Ready.
And Matthew can keep working here.
We'll make our appeal.
I'm here.
And Bilkis can investigate that councillor again. Alright, let's go for that.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Surveillance complete.
We've got the surveillance on that servant agent, so we should be able to get back in there. Okay, regulatory capture is the direct influence cost. That is a super priority so that I can dump this influence in. Super priority.
We've moved the needle.
Local economic boom in Tajikistan. So what have we got? 10 ticks of the economy priority. 20 ticks of the economy priority if I invest money, 400 money. Well, I'm tight for money, so that's not likely. We will push to enact taxes that capture some of the new wealth for our own coffers. Pay 2 influence, gain $500. They get 10 economy investment. We get a permanent plus $2 per month. They also get 1 tick in funding, but it causes opinion to move away from us. So that is the option to go for almost always. Is it a role-playing option? I mean, like, it advances our faction's cause. I think the resistance probably would take that. Like, it's a win-win. They get something and we get something. They just get a little bit annoyed that it looks like we're getting something, I guess. So let's go for that one. It's only a small public opinion hit. And the money is certainly welcome to us at this stage.
Recon complete.
We've removed some threats.
Critical success. Okay, good stuff. Okay, there's our second direct investment project. And before we unpause, let's have a look at funding. Each completion of the funding does 10 plus the number of command points, so it's 15 in our 5 control point nation. So 1 investment point does $15 per year. 1 investment point here costs 18. And if I go to China, 1 investment here costs 35, and it would give $16 per year. So it's substantially more expensive. And the reason is because of corruption. And corruption is a hidden stat. It's a combination of government and cohesion. So if you have a low cohesion place, it's got more corruption. If you have a less democratic place, it's got more corruption. You can get a sense of how bad it is from the percentage required on spoils. So they require 38% and the EU requires only 9%. So it's better to do your direct investment into funding in nations that have a low spoils percentage requirement. It's going to give you more dollars per influence spent. Let's look at direct investment for funding here. So it's 14 and it would get 11. Now that's the thing. The difference is being made up by the extra control points. So it's way better to do your direct investment funding on large nations for the extra control point bonus. So if I go down the list even further to like Spain, less democracy, slightly higher cohesion, similar number of control points. Direct investment funding, 17. So it's very similar, but it's going to get $1 less per completion. So yeah, European Union or the USA, if you sort out their cohesion problems, which are substantial, and their low democracy score, EU is an absolute monster for its ability to do very efficient direct investment funding conversion early. And as you can see, I've saved up 3,000. So I float 1,000 influence for high priority missions. So any amount above that, I'm prepared to invest into funding. And if I hold Shift and Control, I can add 100. So that's 1.8k. I want to add 3.3k, so I can hit it again and then take off a bit. So I'm going to do 180 completions in funding. It's like half a year's investment of 100% funding. How much money does this give us? So we are getting, our monthly income is 1,166, 1,391. So an extra $300 per month. That's pretty huge. Like there's no org that would give you $300 a month. That is the accumulated influence for the entire run so far, but boy howdy does $300 extra cash make a big difference. So this is a thing you'll see quite often, new players posting screenshots of their game and like you can look at all the stats. And people really focus in on the research and on the resources, and then they ignore the 20,000 influence that's just sitting there being unproductive. And they have a negative cash income because they have to run spoils everywhere because they missed this really, it's deep in the weeds, I got to admit, like it's not an obvious game mechanic here, but I have tried to make it quite well known in a guide I made a couple of years ago at this point about direct investment, influence funding. And once again, the EU is the best at that. So yet another reason to be an EU enjoyer. Grid drive. It's not a super priority though, so I want to keep working on these social techs. How is our research lead looking at this point? So we're at 3.7k. It just relentlessly marches upwards. All right, 16th of March, new orgs. What have we got? That's really it. I think that was there last time. Boo. Any XP? Any level ups? Yes, 1. Command. Very good.
Ready to go.
All right, let's go here. We don't have anybody to turn, so we're going to do another persuasion mission in Italy.
I will try to sway the public.
Where do you need me?
Just anything that helps our guys break in.
We must persuade the people.
Ready for my mission.
Now, Bilkis was investigating this person. How am I going to do this? I don't want to lose tabs on you, but I also do want to crack in here. It's going to take quite a bit of effort still.
Turning up the heat.
Where do you need me? Removing our enemies.
Ready for orders.
I can't think of a way to do that. I don't think the servants had any orgs that were named. So in terms of doing a scrape or a drive-by, basically the strategy, get a grip. The strategy I have is I go through each faction periodically, cycle through them, check for orgs, check for powerful counselors. You know, it's gardening. We're taking care of things before things get out of hand. They didn't have anything too much to worry about in terms of orgs. So I can, now that I've got into Italy, I can just let that slide. Even if I did detention and got rid of some people, they've got free cap now. And the reason is because we've moved into Italy. So I will actually continue to prioritize taking Italy to keep us working up towards our cap. And I can come back and investigate them later. There's no investigate alien activities to do. Let's go back to the xenoforming overlay. Yeah, we've got a couple of things there.
Gear up.
Get our tank to assault asset there. I forgot, I left that healing for a turn and then forgot to come back to it. So I think we've got this little outbreak under control in China. We have got this. Okay, let's grab that before that grows.
We're going in.
Oops, got rid of that. I don't need to set an alarm. That is a thing you can do. I still haven't found a use for it. Some people are very excited when they find that option. So shipyards are very power intensive. Solar is great and cheap and all, but actually we'll be moving to heavy fission reactor arrays on the shipyard station just because of the limited number of slots. Anyway, I think we're ready to roll.
I am humbled to have been chosen for this once-in-a-lifetime experience. The things they can do up here are simply incredible. Their studies on the long-term effects of microgravity are fascinating, while the strides being made in combustion could revolutionize energy production back on Earth.
It increases our limit for the slider that I use for each of those missions, so I can go up another notch. So at the moment we can spend a maximum of 64 influence. We could go up to 128 influence per turn on key missions. It is one you want to get, but you don't want to spend those resources, so it's really like reserved for highly challenging missions that are super important.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Critical success in Italy is very welcome.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
And another 1%. Good job, Matthew.
Hit them where it's there.
Critical success in Sevens. That's awesome. And we succeeded with our army operation there.
Target's still in one piece.
Okay, failed a 94. China has built a new army. I mean, that's annoying. It's just wasting more investment points, but that's the they were chipping away at it there with that stuff. At least we'll get control of it and we'll have 2 armies.
Our people have taken control.
So at this point we can do Unity. Another batch of skunkworks has just come online. Our volatiles income has come down quite a bit, of course, because each one of these uses a lot of volatiles and upkeep. We're about to get the farms, so that should help with that situation. I would prefer to do a sprint and get all 3 of those in a row. So it's a bit dubious going straight into having Germany and Italy. We'll go into Germany at this point with public campaigns.
We'll make our appeal.
Acknowledged. I will tell our story.
Acknowledged.
Final crackdown on... I don't think we're quite ready to do that yet. We did just get all the new skunkworks, so we're up to 121 now, so I can really think about stripping off bad single cog orgs. Energy, I think we could do another one. Yeah, we could do another 3-star energy org. How do I not have any social projects going? More important than ferrocites? Yeah. So social is... it only needs 5 more points. So if I've got a 2-star bad social org, Fangwen is at 19 with only 1 org slot free, so I do want to actually increase the density of her. There, that one. It's a 2-star, 1 attribute point. That one comes off. Okay. 1.3k for that. Good deal. You don't actually need that org. I've had that on there the whole time because I kept thinking you need it for investigate alien activity. But you don't. And I can put that other science org back on. Okay, so you're coming off. You're coming off. You're going on. My only hesitation is it's not a great 3-star org. It's not bad either, and we do need to increase the density, so let's go for that. And let's take these 2 off as well. And increase our space research percentage by 10. So now we're 103, I'm guessing? 106, okay. A cog is not worth as much as it used to be on an org because of all this abundance of skunkworks we have, but they're still, like, so long as it's a supplement to the cost of a star rather than like the main purpose of one of the stars here, for example. The main thing you get out of it is the cog and the attribute points, the secondary benefit. So we didn't change our command point cap at all. We are actually okay with switching that over to MC and funding at this point. Is there anybody who I can just quickly investigate? Alpha Form 6. Not really, unless, yeah, we're kind of... wow, that's really bad because of local control points, right. I can choose that too.
Tracking target.
I'm here.
Purge a point? Meh, nothing really. What about projects? We haven't checked in on sabotage project in a while. Yeah, that's fine. No sabotage projects. Hostile takeover. And we're getting to the bottom of the barrel here. Social, life, and info. Yeah, we actually do need more info science. And what does this project do? This is the +40, so I want that for China. Yikes. Should be working on that. Is it more important than national labs? That's a good question. It's also 10,000. That is an interesting question. So it is close. That's an interesting little thing there. I should be switching to that. Transnational coordination, 40. But I also should get targeting computers before I embark on a major project like that. What else do I need to make good ships? 40mm. Okay, that looks like a plan. Wow, a lot of stuff to do. Cash can investigate.
Let's see what we can see.
I'm here.
And Fangwin can spend another turn dealing with xenofungus. I want that to resolve first. And I don't want to lose intel on it and waste Fangwin's turn. So, okay, new plan.
Ready to go.
New plan.
Reporting in.
Cash is going to surveil here, here,
Setting a watch.
and then Fangwin can investigate.
Reporting in. Investigating alien site.
So this is the first time I've done a surveil. Time to explain surveil. We mentioned earlier that councillors have a passive chance to be detected each turn. When their mission completes, they make noise, and when their mission completes, they have to roll an espionage defense against any councillors in surrounding regions where they use their investigation to do an attack roll. What surveil does is it's an uncontested mission, so you don't get any extra experience for it. It doesn't fail or succeed, but it gives you a plus 12 to your investigation for passive detection in the area. What I'm going to try and do is track down the last of the xenoflora here in China, and I think it's most likely to be in these regions. So that's why I'm doing that there, trying to detect the last of the xenoflora so that we can finish that off. All right, that was yet another long turn of mission planning, but let's go. Power modules just came online at Mars, so that's cool. We can now build the other construction modules. Now we can turn off those other modules. We have 5 power free. I think we'll go for like a space science lab. Yeah, even as much experience as I've got, I still make mistakes with building my habs. I still make them inconsistent at the start, and I suffer the consequences of it as the game progresses. Like, it's bananas. Okay, that seems to be sorted then.
On Overwatch.
Okay, slowing their growth. Did we lose intel on it? We did. We've suddenly detected all of this little xenoforming stuff that's been left behind. So that was a good investigation. Casualties of war, 83% chance up to 4 modules. So we just finished that hab maintenance procedures thing. I don't know if that impacts this event, but we've got a very high success chance there of a broad spread instead of a cascading failure. We can spend $2,000 to save 1 module. No, are you insane? Or we can spend some materials to save 2 modules. We've got materials science there. I would pay the volatiles. It's pretty trivial just to have no chance at a debris increase or a cascade. Fingers crossed. Oh, we lost the skunkworks. Rough. Alright, well, we'll just rebuild that. Could have been worse.
I have new information.
Targeting computer is done. 42 days. I've got 42 days to build. Let's get the 40mm.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Probably won't need that. GBS. Yes, I will. So 60 days for that.
We found something.
That's fine. Okay, got the extra space dock. That's nice. Do you want to put something in it straight away? Probably. Ah, I forgot about that. all of our admin nodes come online, so that means we can take another point. Want to wait for the grid drive and patrol vessels. That looks like a nice combo, actually. Is there anything else I really need? How much power does the grid drive need? 1.1 gigawatts per. What do you produce? 4 gigawatts, so no problems at all. I do want to get that at some point. I don't need that. Common cause should have been favorited. Ooh, we got a lot of xenoflora. $16th, let's check. Not much else. I'm going to put a break in there, I think.